Have you ever felt totally clean, fresh out of the shower, deodorant on, maybe even a spritz of perfume? Yet people around you still seem to step back a little, like something's off. Here's what most women don't realize. It's not your hygiene. It's your clothes. Yes, doctors have been warning about this for years, but it's a message that rarely reaches women directly. Your clothes could be the real reason you smell off. In today's video, we're going to talk about 8 types of clothing that are quietly making older women smell bad, and more importantly, what to wear instead. You don't need to feel embarrassed or keep layering on perfume. And trust me, number 7 is something most women never think about, but it makes a huge difference. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Let's get into it. Let us start with the first type of clothing: tight, synthetic fabrics. You know the kind: polyester tops, nylon pants, stretchy leggings that hug your body and claim to wick away moisture. They are comfortable, flattering, and easy to care for. But here is the truth: most women are not told. Once you reach a certain age, these fabrics can become one of the biggest reasons for body odor. As we get older, our skin changes. It becomes thinner, sometimes drier, but also more prone to sweating in certain areas, under the breasts, around the waistline, and between folds of skin. When you wear tight, synthetic materials that do not breathe, you are essentially trapping that sweat and body heat in. It creates a warm, moist environment where bacteria thrive, and bacteria are what cause odor. Even worse, synthetic fabrics often hold on to those smells. You might wash them, but the odor does not fully go away. The result? You end up smelling musty or sour, even if your body is clean. What should you wear instead? Choose natural fabrics. Cotton, bamboo, and linen are your best friends. They allow air to flow, absorb moisture, and release it rather than locking it in. Yes, they might wrinkle more or not look quite as sleek, but they feel better, smell fresher, and are much healthier for your skin. In short, no fabric is worth feeling embarrassed about your scent. Let your skin breathe and let yourself feel fresh again. The second type of clothing: old bras. Yes, we are going there, because this is one of the biggest hygiene blind spots for older women. Many of us have bras that we have owned for years. They feel familiar and safe. But no matter how comfortable or expensive they were, old bras can become one of the main reasons you carry odor, even right after a shower. Bras sit directly on some of the most sweat-prone areas of the body: under the breasts, along the rib cage, and across the upper back. As we age, the skin in these areas becomes thinner and less able to shed dead skin cells or manage oil. Sweat and oils seep into the padding, seams, and elastic, and over time, they do not wash out completely. That subtle sour smell that seems to follow you even when you feel clean? Lacy bras or padded ones are the worst offenders. They look delicate and elegant, but they trap moisture and odor in places that are hard to clean thoroughly. And let us be honest, many women do not wash their bras often enough. Wearing the same bra multiple days in a row without washing gives bacteria a perfect chance to build up. What should you do? Start rotating your bras. Never wear the same one 2 days in a row. Wash each bra every 2 to 3 wears, even if it looks clean. And most importantly, replace your bras every 6 to 12 months. Yes, it might feel wasteful at first, but the truth is, no piece of clothing gets as much sweat exposure as your bra. Next, the third type of clothing, scarves and cardigans that are rarely washed. These items may seem harmless. After all, you do not sweat directly on them like you would on a bra or a shirt, right? But that is exactly what makes them hidden dangers. Because they do not appear dirty, we tend to wear them repeatedly without washing, and that is a problem. Scarves often come into direct contact with your neck, an area prone to sweating, especially during hot flashes or when wearing multiple layers. Cardigans, on the other hand, rest on your shoulders and arms, absorbing skin oils, dead skin cells, perfume residue, and even kitchen odors. You may not notice it at first, but over time, it all builds up into a faint, musty, lingering odor. And when you put that scarf or cardigan back over a freshly washed outfit, you are essentially reintroducing old smells, like wiping a clean kitchen counter with a dirty rag. What is the solution? Wash scarves and cardigans regularly. If they are delicate, hand wash them gently and hang them in the sun. Sunlight is a natural disinfectant. If you use a washing machine, place them in a mesh laundry bag and select a gentle cycle. For wool items, avoid overwashing. Spot clean stains and allow them to air out between wears. Also, make sure these items are completely dry before storing them, especially if you live in a humid area. A slightly damp sweater in a dark closet can develop mildew, and once that smell sets in, it is difficult to remove. These outerwear pieces are meant to keep you warm and stylish, not smelly. So treat them like you would your innerwear. Wash them, store them properly, and let them breathe. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, please comment the number 1 below. Lets me know you're here, paying attention, and ready to take your health seriously. Let us talk about number 4 of clothing. Tight pants with no cotton lining. This one may make some people uncomfortable, but it needs to be said. Tight pants, whether they are leggings, skinny jeans, or shapewear, can cause serious hygiene issues, especially as women age. If those pants do not have a breathable cotton lining, they are not just uncomfortable, they can be unhealthy. The area between your legs is warm, moist, and sensitive. That is normal. But when you cover it with tight, synthetic fabric that traps heat and sweat, you create the perfect environment for odor, irritation, and even infection. Many older women experience chafing, yeast overgrowth, or musty smells by the afternoon, and tight pants are often to blame. As estrogen levels decrease with age, the skin in intimate areas becomes thinner and more delicate. That means it is even more important to avoid synthetic fabrics that cling and suffocate the skin. Sitting in tight, non-breathable pants for hours can lead to itching, rashes, or lingering odor, even after a shower. What can you do? Choose pants with a built-in cotton gusset or wear breathable cotton underwear underneath. Cotton allows air to circulate, absorbs moisture, and helps keep your skin balanced and healthy. And here is something more women need to hear. The moment you walk through the door at home, change into something loose and breathable. A cotton dress, a soft robe, or loose lounge pants are not just more comfortable. They are better for your skin and overall freshness. This is not about giving up style. It is about protecting your health and dignity. At this stage of life, your clothes should feel like a soft hug, not a tight squeeze. Next, let us talk about the fifth type of clothing: garments stored while still damp. This one catches many people by surprise. You wash your clothes, hang or dry them, fold them neatly, and tuck them away in the closet. But if those clothes were even slightly damp when stored, or if your closet does not get enough airflow, you are inviting odor, mildew, and mold into your wardrobe. That musty smell some people associate with old clothes, it often comes from trapped moisture and poor storage habits, not age. When thick items like sweaters, coats, or slacks are stored without being completely dry, they begin to develop an earthy, stale scent that clings. And once that smell is in the fabric, it is very hard to remove. Even worse, mildew and mold can settle into the fibers, not just making your clothes smell bad, but exposing you to allergens or skin irritation. And here is something most people forget. Older adults often have a reduced sense of smell. That means you might not notice the odor, but others around you do. What is the solution? Always make sure your clothes are 100% dry before storing them. No exceptions. Not mostly dry, not they will finish drying in the closet. Fully dry. Next, air out your closet at least once a month. Open the doors, let the air circulate, and consider placing odor-absorbing items like baking soda, activated charcoal, or natural cedar inside. Dried lavender also helps keep things fresh without that artificial chemical smell of mothballs. Clothing should smell clean, not stale. And freshness starts long before you put it on. It starts with how you store it. Here is the sixth type of clothing: wool or acrylic sweaters that trap body odor. Many women love sweaters for the warmth, comfort, and style they provide, especially in colder months. But here is the part no one talks about. Thick materials like wool and acrylic are some of the worst offenders when it comes to holding on to odor. Unlike breathable fabrics, these materials absorb body heat, trap sweat, and cling to every scent you carry, especially under the arms and around the neck. If you cook while wearing them, that scent sticks. If you spray perfume over them, it mixes in. And because sweaters are rarely washed as often as shirts or undergarments, the odors build up over time. At first, you may not smell it, but by midday, your body heat activates whatever has been hiding in those fibers. And suddenly, you are wearing last week's dinner, yesterday's perfume, and today's sweat all at once. Someone hugs you, leans in, and they smell everything. So what should you do? Wash your sweaters regularly. Every 3 to 4 wears is a good rule of thumb, more often if you tend to sweat. Most acrylic sweaters can be machine washed on a gentle cycle. Wool blends should be hand washed using a wool safe detergent and laid flat to dry. Also, do not return worn sweaters to your closet. Keep them separate until they are clean. Storing used sweaters with fresh ones will only spread the odor. Your sweater should wrap you in warmth, not in an invisible cloud of stale smells. If you want to feel confident and fresh, clean those outer layers just as mindfully as you do your underclothes. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, please comment the number 1 below. It lets me know you're here, paying attention, and ready to take your health seriously. Next, let us talk about the 7th type of clothing issue: spraying too much perfume on fabric. This may be hard to hear, but it needs to be said. Many older women rely heavily on perfume, not just to smell pleasant, but to cover up odors they may not realize are coming from their clothes. Unfortunately, this habit often makes things worse. Here is why. Perfume is designed to interact with your skin, not your clothing. When sprayed directly onto fabric, especially synthetic materials, it does not evaporate the way it should. Instead, it mixes with old sweat, detergent residue, and body oils already trapped in the fabric. The result is not a lovely floral scent, but a strange, powdery, stale smell that lingers and gets stronger with body heat. Even high-end perfumes can smell unpleasant when layered over unwashed clothes. And once perfume settles into thick fabrics like sweaters or scarves, it rarely comes out completely. Over time, it builds up into a dense, artificial scent that masks nothing and actually draws more attention. What is the solution? Use perfume sparingly and always on clean, dry skin. Apply it to pulse points like your wrists, behind your ears, or your décolletage. Let it sit and blend with your natural chemistry before getting dressed. Never use perfume as a replacement for laundering. That is like spraying air freshener in a dirty bathroom. It may distract the nose for a moment, but the problem is still there. Perfume should be a finishing touch, not a disguise. If you want to smell fresh, start with cleanliness, then add fragrance if you choose. Not the other way around. Finally, let us talk about the 8th clothing habit: re-wearing easy clothes without washing them. We all have them, those go-to pieces we wear around the house. A cozy pair of sweatpants, a soft, oversized cardigan, a loose t-shirt you slip into every evening. They feel comfortable, harmless, and since you are not wearing them outside, you may think, why wash it yet? But here is the problem. Those easy clothes collect more odor than you realize. You may not be sweating in them like you would in a workout top, but you are still cooking, lounging, napping, and moving around in them. They absorb food smells, skin oils, pet dander, and body odor slowly and quietly, until one day you notice a musty scent lingering on the couch or in the air, and it is coming from you. This is not about being dirty, it is about repetition. Wearing the same loungewear 3 or 4 days in a row, even for just a few hours each day, adds up. Over time, even clean skin cannot compete with fabrics that have absorbed days of odors. What is the solution? Set a simple rule. After 2 or 3 wears, wash it. If you cook in it, sweat in it, or sleep in it, wash it sooner. Treat your home clothes like sleepwear, not outerwear. Your body still leaves a mark, even if you are just relaxing. Wearing clean, fresh clothes, even at home, makes a difference in how you feel and how others experience you. It is a quiet act of self-respect that no one sees, but everyone senses. You do not need to be dressed up to smell good. You just need to be clean, comfortable, and aware. Now you have seen the 8 types of clothing that could be making you smell older, even when your hygiene is perfectly fine. This is not about shame. It is about awareness. About choosing clothes that work with your body, not against it. As we age, the little things matter more. The fabrics we wear, how we store them, how often we clean them. Freshness is not just about perfume or products. It starts with the clothes you live in every day. So here is your challenge. Take a fresh look at your closet this week. Check your sweaters. Wash that just-at-home cardigan. Retire that 5-year-old bra. And most importantly, let your skin breathe. If this video helped you think differently about your wardrobe, give it a like. Leave a comment below with the word clean. And subscribe for more smart, honest advice made just for women like you. Until next time, take care of yourself and wear what loves you back.